For nearly all life on Earth, oxygen has been considered a non-negotiable fuel for survival. Yet science has uncovered exceptions so profound that they force us to rethink what living truly means. The discovery of Hibernate changed biology textbooks forever. This microscopic relative of the jellyfish is the first known multicellular animal that completely lacks the genetic machinery for aerobic respiration. It lives in a permanent state of breathlessness, thriving without ever using oxygen. Instead of breathing, it survives deep inside the muscles of salmon, absorbing nutrients directly from its host and proving that even complex life can abandon what we once thought was essential. In the visible, macroscopic world, survival without air often becomes a seasonal challenge. Goldfish and crucian carp demonstrate one of the most astonishing biochemical tricks known in vertebrates. During harsh northern winters, when ponds freeze solid and oxygen disappears, these fish do not suffocate. Instead, they turn their bodies into living breweries, converting metabolic waste into ethanol. By producing alcohol, they avoid the deadly acid buildup that would kill almost any other animal. Nearby, the painted turtle performs an equally remarkable feat. While hibernating for months in oxygen-free mud, it uses its shell and skeleton as massive chemical buffers, neutralizing lactic acid and allowing it to survive where most creatures would perish. These adaptations expose a powerful truth. The so-called rule of threes, which claims humans can survive only 3 minutes without air, is not a universal law of life. It is merely a guideline for mammals. Nature is far more inventive. The naked mole rat can reroute its brain to run on fructose during oxygen deprivation. Cockroaches can hold their breath for nearly 40 minutes. Across ecosystems, life has engineered countless workarounds to ensure that when air disappears, existence does not. And this is only the beginning. Scientists now ask a much larger question. If life on Earth can thrive without oxygen, what might be possible elsewhere in the universe? Beneath the frozen crust of Europa or within the salty underground lakes of Mars, life may not breathe at all. It may rely on unfamiliar chemistry, drawing energy in ways that feel alien to us. Much like Heniga, Salminicola, hidden within salmon tissue. These organisms do more than redefine survival. They challenge our assumptions about limits. When humans panic without oxygen, these creatures remain calm, adapted, and efficient. For them, breathlessness is not an emergency. It is normal life. Nature seems to whisper the same message again and again. Life is not loyal to a single pathway. It bends, rewrites rules, and invents new solutions whenever it must. Perhaps the greatest lesson is this. Survival is not about strength, size, or dominance. It is about flexibility. Those who adapt endure. Those who refuse to change disappear. When oxygen vanishes, when light fades, when conditions seem impossible, life does not argue with reality, it adjusts to it. This story eventually circles back to us. Humans are beginning to explore whether parts of our own biology could someday mimic these strategies. Research shows that under extreme oxygen deprivation, human cells can briefly activate alternative energy pathways. Some tissues already tolerate low oxygen better than others. And cancer cells, for example, thrive in oxygen-poor environments. Scientists study these mechanisms not to copy them recklessly, but to understand how far life can stretch without breaking. Meanwhile, deep beneath oceans and within toxic environments, researchers continue discovering organisms that treat oxygen as optional. High pressure, darkness, poison, none of these stop life. Each discovery expands the known boundaries of biology and reminds us that our definition of habitable has been far too narrow. The real question, then, is not whether life needs oxygen. The question is how many different ways life can persist. Earth's past shows, oxygen levels have risen and fallen dramatically over geological time, yet life endured every shift. Today, as environmental pressures grow and resources become strained, these breathless survivors serve as quiet warnings. The future will not favor the strongest, but the most adaptable. Maybe one day, when humanity encounters life beyond Earth, it will not inhale or exhale. It will not announce itself loudly. It may simply exist, silently, efficiently, and stubbornly alive, because the greatest miracle of life is not that it breathes, but that it refuses to surrender. The story ends here, but the search for life does not.